Going to discuss word problems on LCM and HCF. Okay, already we learned different special problems, different types of problems related to LCM and HCF. Now word problems. First of all, you just read out the problem. 21 mango trees, 42 apple trees, 56 orange trees have to be planted in rows such that each row contains the same number of trees of one variety only. Okay, so that means if there are mango trees in one row, you need to plant only mango trees in that row. Okay, and you have to plant other type of trees in the other row. Okay, minimum number of rows in which the trees may be planted. That means our task is to find the minimum number of rows required. Minimum number of rows. Okay, see, we are planting trees in rows and we have to find out the possible minimum number of rows. See, to find the possible minimum number of rows, we need to think about maximum number of trees in each row. Okay, minimum number of rows. Usually, since the word minimum is involved in the problem, many of you, or at least few of you, think about LCM because least and the minimum is corresponding to LCM. But since the task is to find minimum number of rows and the question is about the values given in the problem are about trees. These are the numbers related to trees and we need to find out minimum number of rows. So these are rows and those are trees. So LCM is not required here. And one more thing is, since we are planting trees in rows, so the number of rows for sure it must be less than these three numbers. So LCM is usually greater than the given numbers and that's why we don't use LCM here to solve the problem. You just go with some other method or usually it may be HCF. See, minimum number of rows we need. Minimum number of rows possible if there exists maximum number of trees in each row. Maximum number of trees in each row. Okay, what I am going to explain you is, if you need minimum number of rows, you need to plant maximum number of trees in each row. And the question is also mentioning that each row contains same number of trees. So I need to find maximum number of trees and I need to plant same number of trees. So for suppose if I have 21 mango trees, how many trees I will plant in each row? See, is there any chance to plant 5 trees in each row? If I plant 5 trees in each row, 4 rows are okay, but what you say about extra plant? Okay, so no chance of planting 5 trees in each row. If you wish to plant 6 trees in each row, 3 rows are okay, then you left with 3 more trees. Okay, since we need to plant same number of trees in each row, you need the number of trees in each row is a factor of 21. Okay, one observation is we need to find maximum number of trees. Other observation is number of trees in each row is a factor of total number of trees. Is a factor of total number of trees of that variety. Total number of trees of that variety. Okay, and we need to plant same number of trees in each row. So what I am going to conclude you is, this word same number of trees, okay, will conveying about finding common factor. This word number of trees in each row is a factor of total number of trees of that variety. So from this second observation, we need to find out factors of these numbers, and from this word same, you need to find out common factor of these numbers. Since we are searching for minimum number of trees and maximum number of trees in each row, this maximum is conveying about to finding greatest common factor. So this maximum, this factor, this same, and these three together will suggesting us to find HCF of 21, 42, 56, if it is 7. If you calculate that HCF is 7. So you need to plant 7 trees in each row. Okay. The question is about minimum number of rows. Now rows are number of rows or minimum number of rows are. In each row we are planting 7 trees. Since there are 21 mango trees, so you may get 3 rows for mangoes, and then plus, since there are 42 apple trees and each row there are 7 trees, so you will get 6 rows for apple and then 56 by 7 for orange. So 3, 42 by 7 is 6, 56 by 7 is 8, and if you calculate, that is 7. Totally the minimum number of rows are 17 and number of trees in each row is 7. There ends the problem. Okay, so in this way you need to analyze this type of word problems. Usually while practicing worksheet, it is comfortable for you because there is a heading for that worksheet, problems on LCM and HCF. So usually you think about LCM or with HCF, you may go with any one of the method without analyzing the problem. But at the examination, we need to think about the correct way, which one we have to use, either LCM or HCF. So at exam you need to analyze the problem, and that is possible only if you analyze the problems while practicing. Okay, just have a look. So first of all, you just think about the problem. The least number of square tiles required to pave the ceiling of a room whose length is 15 meters 17 centimeters long and 9 meters 2 centimeters broad. Okay, you just think about the problem. So first of all, you just convert everything into, this is 15 meters 17 centimeters, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, so 15 meters 17 centimeters is 15 17 centimeters, and 9 meters 2 centimeters, 9 meters is 900 and 2, 902 centimeters. Okay, there is a room whose ceiling dimensions are 15 17 centimeters and 902 centimeters. We need to cover that ceiling or floor. See, with the square tiles, how many number of square tiles are required, and we need to mention the least number of square tiles required to cover that ceiling. Okay, size of the square tile is not mentioned in the problem. Okay, but the question is about identifying least number of square tiles. You just think it. To use least number of tiles, we need to use largest possible size. Okay, just think about the problem. Okay, again you need to analyze the problem just like of the previous one. See, first of all, the least number of square tiles. Since the question is about identifying least number of square tiles, so you need to think about square tile of maximum size. Square tile of maximum size. Maximum side means square tile of maximum possible side length. Maximum possible side length. Okay. See, if the size of the tile is maximum, then automatically you can use minimum number of square tiles. Okay, that's first observation. Okay, and the next observation is, okay, see, for suppose if the side length of that side tile is some, yes, if you say, if you arrange tiles one by one, okay, usually we will arrange tiles one by one, right? If the maximum possible side length is S, if the tile length is S, if you arrange them, okay, so then see, this total length should be covered by these square tiles exactly. Okay, see, there is no possibility of leaving some space. The question is not mentioning about breaking the tiles. You need to use an exact factor of this number as the side of the square tile. Again, you need to cover the breadth also exactly, breadth of the room also exactly with the square tile. So the side of that square tile must be a factor of this 902 also. Because since the question is about mentioning the square, it is not a rectangle tile, square tile. That means we have to use same length and same breadth for that square tile. So that indicates that you need to think about common factor of these two numbers. Common factor of those two numbers. What are those two numbers? 1517 and 902. At the end, common factor of these two we need, and at the same time we need to calculate maximum size. So that indicate that side length is simply nothing but HCF of that 1517 and 902. Okay, so you need to calculate the HCF of these numbers. Okay, how can we calculate HCF of these three? 902, 1517. See, moving with prime factorization is a bit difficult, so that's why you just go with long division method. Okay, 1517 and 902. 902 once is 902. Okay, if you subtract, what will happen? 1517. See, 1512 minus 902, right? Okay, 512, 612, and it may be 610. Is it right? 610. So now use this 610 as divisor and this 902 as factor. So 610 once is 610 and you will get 302. Is it right? Not 302. Okay. Yeah, we are subtracting. 2 minus 0 is 2. 90 minus 61. 9. And then 292. Is it right? So use this 292 here and then again it is 610. 292, 2 2s is 4, 2 9s is 18 and then 584. What you will get again? So 16 and then 10. Okay. Okay. So we need to find out what HCF of this 1517 and 902. Okay. Prime factorization is not possible with this number, so we are moving with the division method. At time that HCF of these numbers is 41. With this division, if you proceed, if you move with this division, you left with 41. Okay. As the HCF of the numbers. Since HCF is 41, side length of each square tile is 41. Okay, we found that maximum possible size of square tile. Now least number of square tiles will happen with the maximum size, so that maximum size is 41. We need to cover total area of that ceiling or floor with the square tiles. Now number of tiles is equals to area of room divided by area of tile. Area of room is simply length into breadth 1517 into 902 and area of the tile is nothing but 41 into 41. Okay, if you calculate this, that is your answer. Those number of that count is the least number of square tiles required to pave the ceiling of the room. You just calculate it. Okay. And if you calculate, your answer at the end is 814, 814. Okay, complete it. So look at the problem. An electronic device makes a beep after every 60 seconds. Okay, and another device makes a beep after every 62 seconds. There are two devices. You may say them as device 1 and device 2. Okay, first device will beep after every 60 seconds. So it will beep after 60 seconds, after 120 seconds, after 180 seconds, after 240 seconds, like that the first device will beep. And the second device will beep after every 62 seconds. After every 62 seconds. So first, see, after 62 seconds it will beep, and again it will beep after 124 seconds, and again it will beep after, you need to add 62 for it, 186 seconds, and again you need to add 62 for it, like that it continues. So that means first device will beep after every multiple of 60 seconds, second device will beep after every multiple of 62 seconds. Since we need to think about when they would beep together. Okay, when they would beep together, after a common multiple of these two devices, because it would beep after every multiple of 60, it would beep after every multiple of 62. If the time is same, then those two devices will beep together. To find that time, we need to think about, see, the multiple of 60, multiple of 62 and the common multiple of these two. Again the question is about identifying, see, first of all you just find out LCM of those two numbers. LCM of 60 comma 62. What is the LCM of 60 comma 62? You just think it, 62 is 2 into 31, okay, and 60 is simply what? Yeah, 60, 12 fives, 12 is 2 square into 3 into 5. And now what is the LCM of these numbers? LCM is 2 square into 3 into 5 into 31 is the LCM of these two. Why we are thinking about LCM? Because here multiples are involved and we need to think about together. That means we need to think about common multiple. So to list out common multiples, I am just writing least common multiple. And you just calculate, this is 60. Okay. And 60 into 31 we need to calculate. 60 into 31. Okay. 6 into 31 is 186 along with this 0. So after every 1860 seconds, both the devices will beep together. After 1860 seconds, after 1860 into 2 seconds, 1860 into 3 seconds, they will beep together. And now you just read out the question. They beep together at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. they will beep together. The next time when they beep together, see, you need to add next time, in the sense we need to think about the earliest time, okay, and that's why the next time is simply nothing but 10 a.m. plus 1860 seconds. So you need to convert these seconds into minutes and into hours to mention the exact time, okay. So now you just divide this 1860 with 60, okay. So this is 2 square into 3 into 5, 60 into 31 only, and that's why 10 a.m. plus 31 minutes. So the next time is 10:31. If they beep at 10 a.m., next time when they beep together is 10:31. There ends the problem. Okay, look at the board, next problem. See, 3 girls start jogging from the same point around a circular track. There is a circular track and 3 girls are jogging around the circular track and 3 girls are starting at the same point. For first girl, it needs to complete one round. First girl needs 24 seconds. For second girl, she needs 36 seconds. And for the third girl, she needs 48 seconds. What it means? See, first girl completes one round in 24 seconds. And again, see, first girl, needs to complete one round 24 seconds. Again, she needs one more 24 seconds to do one more round, and she completes the rounds after 24 seconds, 24 into 2, 48 seconds, and 72 seconds, like that. Second girl completes a multiple of 36. For one round, 36 seconds. For two rounds, 72 seconds. You just leave about the round. You just think about the point. Okay, since 3 girls are starting at the same point, second girl will arrive the same point after 72 seconds, after 108 seconds, like that, every multiple of 36 seconds. And for third girl, she needs the multiples of 48 seconds. The question is about after how much time they will meet at one point. Okay, after how much time they will meet at one point. See, you need to calculate the multiples of these 3 numbers, and those 3. See, these 3 girls meet at the point, in the sense we need to think about the common multiple of these 3 numbers, and you need to think about least common multiple of these 3 numbers, which is 24, 36 and 48. Least common multiple of these 3 numbers is your answer. Okay, read out the problem and analyze why we are using LCM here, and at the end calculate the LCM of these 3. I think so this is actually 144 seconds. So after every 144 seconds, those 3 girls will meet at one point. Okay, that's your answer at the end. Have a look. So finally, there ends the concept of LCM and HCF. Okay, totally we learnt LCM and HCF with 4 classes. Okay, and in the next class, I am going to handle the way of finding number of factors, sum of factors, and everything. Okay, that's for today's class.